Hey, y'all. Hey, I don't have anything like new and pressing that's going on today. So let's just consider our little Fridays chat a ramble. It's going to be a whole ramble, actually, but it is about snow predictions, some family chaos, how it's our soup season this weekend, conversation about learning how to live outside survival mode with a little more joy and a lot more grace. I think we all could use that, especially these days. And just finding comfort in our ordinary rhythms and learning how to care for our bodies and souls as we move in a steadier season together. Are y'all ready? Let's chat about it. Hello, my lovelies. Happy Friday, friends. Welcome in to What About This, an extension of the Eighth and Grace podcast, where we are going to chat just enough to get us through lunch. Not an entire meal, but a bite sized snack, if you will. Think about this as a bestie convo to keep us going through the rest of our day. Are y'all ready? Let's go. Okay, we are coming in hot on our Friday episode, our What About This episode. We may have been a little late to our lunch break. And hey, that's just how my life runs some these days. But that's okay. I have to tell y'all this morning. Okay, first of all, I think I told y'all on the last episode of the podcast that we have a family chat every morning. Most of the time, it's like it feels like a million of us on there, but it's always me. Of course, I'm on there because I always have something to say, right? Just like on Fridays, because this is that one more thing that we didn't say in the last episode that we were like, oh, wait a minute. What about this? And that's what this is today. It's just like, hey, we're rambling and we're talking about it and it's good. All things are good. Not really in the world, but feeling like it right now, sitting in my bed at lunchtime, still in my PJs. So, hey, that tells you anything about what these days look like. But back to the first thought that I was talking about. So, we always have a phone call. We have a chat every morning, and I'm on there. At some point in the conversation, both of my daughters will be on there. If not at the same time, at least some point in the conversation. My mom generally, my little sister when she's up, Aiden whenever he makes it, whenever he can make time for us because he's super busy man working, and Dan. And we're always on there. This morning, it was just me and Dan and the two girls. Okay. So, in the low country this weekend, like this is real life, real news reporting right now. We are supposed to get snow. So, I know the snowstorm has been like it has just been crazy and made its way through all parts of the US, it seems. And we still have a lot of friends that are suffering damaging parts from that storm. And I want to hold space for that. And I and praying for them that things can get back to some type of normalcy soon. I know that has to be really hard. And I'm not Pioneer Woman. It would be really cool if I was. Like, she's got some really cool stoneware and stuff, but I am not her. I am not she. That is not my spiritual gift. Like, rubbing two sticks together and making a fire. I wish I was. Maybe I should have been a Girl Scout. I don't know, but I wasn't. And so I haven't done that very well. But so we're all chatting because it's truly going to snow here, right? Like we're under a winter weather storm, which by the way, when we were having our conversation this morning, we were still under just a watch. And that was really wearing my Emma Grace out. Okay. So just keep that in mind for context. So we're on the phone, all of us are patched in together. And within about 30 seconds, I'm not kidding. We were like having this big theologically rich debate. Not really. We were all talking about whose weather app was accurate. I don't know if your family's like that, but when somebody is passionate about the weather, and if your family's in as much competition as ours, like everything is real and it's on the real, and everything's coming in hot, right? When somebody's passionate about it. It was about snow totals, whose radar map was right, percentages, and the confidence levels were rising in each person. Okay. I just need y'all to know. And Emma Grace has been following this. I believe she truly did miss her calling. She could have Emma's weather page and she would really be doing this. She could be the best weather woman out there, I think. But she's going to make a good nurse too. So, but yes, she should have been a weather girl. She is really hardcore about some weather. If you ever have any questions, her, Dan, they're always your go to. Me and Cora, we just like to make them mad and chime in every now and then. But in this conversation, some of us were very optimistic, okay? We are really pressing in. If there is a 1% chance that we are getting snow totals of 12 inches this weekend, I want you to know that some of us were on that board, okay? And if we're supposed to get 1 to 3 or a light dusting or it's just gonna be a wintry mix or it just may be cold and rain, we were all over the place. Some of us were emotionally cautious, okay, like me. I was a little emotionally cautious here. And at least one of us on this phone call may have contributed to the reason there's a bread and milk shortage at our local grocery store for the just in case. Emma, she has been tore up. So, and what's funny is, y'all, we all want snow. Okay. So we're sitting there and we're just like picking at each other, right? And who's right and whose weather app is the most accurate and who's following the most accurate weather person. And at the end of the day, we all wanted snow, but it was just hilarious at the fact of we could not get this together. And all we wanted to do was ramble. And at the time, we were just under a weather watch. We weren't other under the weather warning. And Emma kept saying that I don't know why they haven't put us under the weather warning yet. And Dan was like, well, it doesn't really matter if we're under a weather warning. If we're going to get it, we're going to get it. And Cora's just laughing and she's like, yeah, I don't think we're going to get anything. Just to make him mad, which was funny. And that's what sisters do, right? That's what siblings do. But it was great. So now we are under a weather warning. We are going to get a couple inches and we are all excited because we miss it. We miss snow. It reminds us of Tennessee. It reminds us of home. And while we are hoping for like a beautiful low country snow, I I do like when I hold space, like we made light of it and I'm laughing right now, but there are people that are really dealing with power outages and real hardship. And so I'm holding that close to my heart and I love them and praying for that. But that's kind of the theme right now, isn't it? Like life is hard, the world is loud, and we're all carrying a lot. All of us, and some of us just wanna make snow cream, and we're going to, even though it's, like, the first real snow and you're not supposed to, and as long as it's not yellow snow, we can do it, and that's what we're doing. We're making snow cream by George, and we're gonna eat we're gonna eat soup out of sourdough bread bowls because that's what we're doing. But and we've been in gentle January, y'all. It's like the 867th day of January, isn't it? It's almost over, and we're moving into February, and we have claimed this month as gentle January, and we have been naming that, and we've been naming that ache, and we've been naming the exhaustion that makes sense. But now, well, we've also been naming like how survival mode masquerades as faithfulness, like when you've been doing your best to hold it all together. So right now, I feel like we're all doing our best to hold it all together. But survival mode, however you want to say it, while sometimes necessary, was never meant to be the goal. Y'all, I need you to know that when I'm carrying on a regular conversation, I normally can chat just fine and talk without like messing my words up, or at least I think I can. But you hand me this microphone and put these headphones on my ears, and I like get all jumbled up over my words. I don't know if it's because I'm excited to chat with y'all and I'm not just sitting here by myself. I don't know what it is, but I cannot get words right all the time when I'm holding this microphone. And it's not like for show, it's for real, for real. And I'm hoping that gets better. But, anyways, survival mode, even though it's necessary sometimes, it's never meant to be our goal. It's never meant to be our full term goal, right? And Jesus didn't rush what mattered most to him. He withdrew and he rested and he paid attention to bodies and hunger and grief. And as we move into February, that is one thing I have to report, right? Something that's new. I want you to hear this part clearly. We are not rushing to fix anything, right? But we are learning how to come back. We're going to come back to our bodies, to our breath, and just a steadier way of following Jesus that doesn't require constant endurance without us knowing that we have this gift and this gift called rest and that this rest is ours. So, on a very real life note, our house, I've said this a couple of times, but it's like mid renovation. It's in mid renovation chaos. And I'm not going to say that Dan and I have any kind of disagreements on my allowance for decorating and furniture. We may, but one of us knows that to be true, and one of us is loosely holding that in one hand, I think. But one bathroom, when I tell y'all it's ripped out, I'm talking about it is completely ripped out from everything. Like you can almost see the outside. Well, you can in some places because this house is so old, but so it's ripped out. Our guest room is turning into my closet. And so, like, outside the door in the hallway, we have like this rack that I have that's overflowing. It looks like a boutique has exploded. If you open the door, this may be tender language. I may should have rethought how I wanted to say this, but it's like hoarders gone wild in there. And I don't mean to. I didn't mean to. And it's just like I'm the one that has to put all this together. And I am now just, I'm in a little rebellion about it. I don't want to do it. And so I have had time to do it. And I'm thinking of everything else that I can do. But we're turning our guest room into my closet. So, see, these are little life updates. I did have some things for y'all. So our home, well, and then our home office, like we're working on that. So right now, half of it is our little workout room, and the other half is like supposed to be our podcast room and where I'm going to do homework and where I write because your girl loves to write. Y'all know that. I have words, lots of words that come out of this brain and heart of mine. But then our living room, we're working on that. We're working on our sitting room. And all of this has confirmed for me, which I already suspected it anyway. Like my style is fully eclectic and I love it. I don't know that my home will ever be in a magazine if it has to ever be deemed like a certain style. It's all over the place. There's old, there's new, there's fun, there's bright, there's neutrals. And I love it all. Like it is just a true collection of everything that just feels like home, you know? But it's been fun. And there I have mood board after mood board everywhere and color palettes. And I am just it just brings me back to becoming takes space, doesn't it? Like when we're going from here to there, when we're still in the middle, like it takes up space. And I'll tell you this, if you need me this weekend, I am gonna be pretending that we are on a snowbank in Colorado with soup in those sourdough bread bows bro see? What is wrong with me? Get it together. We are gonna have soup in our sourdough bread bowls that Emma Grace has been so excited to make. We're gonna play cards with the fam. I'm sure we'll be laughing too hard and trying to love these people that God has given me well. That's what we're doing. Because y'all, I am really working on this trying to feel better thing. Like, it's not about looking better, which I mean, yeah, I'm sure I'll look better, but it's just about I want to feel better. And I don't know about y'all, but I am like, I've made us a guide, right? Because I always am making some kind of guide or some kind of list. But I wrote it all down today because my mornings, even though they've been gentle, like there's like a real rhythm coming together here. And I have added some Korean style like exercise movements. They are my favorite. If a random little Korean woman has ever told you in your 20s, your 30s, whatever, that this is what you should be doing in the morning, you should listen to her because I'm going to tell you right now, they know what they're talking about. They do this thing right. They do it from the inside out. So I've been doing some body waves and waist twists and sit backs and sit ups and arm and belly tapping and marching with my knee taps, some long spine stretches. I'm doing it. I'm doing the thing. Sometimes I even do all that on the vibration plate. Y'all know I love my vibration plate and trying to support lymphatic drainage. And I can't do heavy weights right now. So it's a lightweight thing. Like I have to have 2 pounds and maybe a five here every now and then, but I can't go above that. Resistant bands, those resistance bands are my friends. And I know I look good while I'm doing them. I can only imagine. I probably should start recording that because y'all would like to hear how out of breath and bless my sweetheart. But and, oh, trying to do hydration before coffee because that's real. And skincare and red light therapy, it takes up most of my morning, but it is signaling safety to me before my day even asks anything of me. I don't know if y'all have like a thing that you have to do before you can do anything else in the day, but it's really helping me like stay grounded and none of it's really intense and it's not even really optimized. It's just care. And I think that matters. I think it matters for us because our bodies are not obstacles to faith, right? They're a part of how we experience God's presence in this world. And anyway, wherever you are today, whether you're hopeful about snow or just tired of January altogether and you're ready for the 868th day of this year, of this month of January to be over, or if you're sitting there like me too and all that is real and true and you're still like, how is it already almost February? I don't even know. But it is almost our birthday, podcast birthday and my birthday. But I hope you know this. You're not broken today. If you are feeling the heaviness and the weight of this world, if you're responding to things lightly, or if you're responding loudly, or if you're having to take a moment for yourself, whatever it is, you're not doing it wrong. You're doing it the best you can. That's really what I wanted this little ramble to be about. And then we just went down a rabbit hole and I can't help it. But I just want you to know that we are doing the best that we can. today, yesterday, and tomorrow. We are doing the best that we can, and you're not behind. If somebody else looks way further ahead than you know what? They're probably not. They're probably just winging it too. And I would say like eyeliner, but I never got that right, even with those pieces of tape. I can't do that. So we're not winging it like eyeliner. We're winging it like a little bird, but that, oh well. Anyway, we're winging it. And I just, you know what? I pray before we even get off of here, off of this little ramble of an episode today, is that we would find joy right where we're planted and that we would love one another and we would love one another well in a loud world and that warmth be made at our tables and peace practiced in small ways and grace cover us as we just stay present together. And hey, before we go, what is bringing you comfort this week? Like, I would love for you to tell me, like, what your rhythms look like and what your like daily mantra is, and what's keeping you going right now, and how you're getting out of bed, and what's up, like, what's going on with you? I truly want to know. Okay, until next time, I love y'all. This was our little Friday frenzies lunchtime snack. It actually was a snack today. Love you all. Bye.